Hey guys, this is your February forecast 2024. Let's leap straight into it. So Aries, let's have a look at what you are dealing with. All of this month, you are looking at your social circle, if you've outgrown friends, meeting new people, wanting to, feeling like you've outgrown them, feeling like you want to expand more and have friendships with more things in common or things that you can do out together. When it comes to your finance, we have the Ten of Swords. Look, you'll find that there is someone interesting that you'll meet in the next month or so, and maybe a mentor or a group, and you start to become a part of that, and you're building on that. But just be aware of secret agendas that may be coming about. With that, you're not quite aware. You might find about that halfway through, and then take a step back and just think to yourself, is this something that I really want to be a part of? Or, is this more of a collective thinking? What am I going to do here? In finances, it's also about a sudden debt you weren't expecting has suddenly come up, or there's been an unexpected review or bad performance or a fail if you were at work or with your finances, and it's left you a bit tight of money and you don't know where to look. Again, getting on that social networking, getting in touch with groups and fraternities, that kind of thing will help you with that and be able to extend the time that you have with that. With your family, we do have the Page of Wands. Now, also, this is about, leaving, going on your travels, the people that you meet, because all of this month it's about the people, meeting new people, leaving people behind, cutting off friendships, even networks and people that you used to work with. Maybe you've changed job, or you're at this place in your life where you are, disconnecting from people. This is the same in your home or your property, where you're getting out and about, or you're moving, or you're going on holiday and you're meeting new people. And this is making you get to know yourself a bit better. This is getting you to feel more like you're expanding the way you think, you're broadening your horizons. Now, in terms of the property or the home, there's movement here. So you could be moving out of home, you could be redecorating your home, you could be celebrating or having some kind of festivity coming into the home, someone coming home as well. So if you and a family member or you and a partner live, abroad, if there's, something about foreign, getting your paperwork so you can live here, that kind of thing, or even if they work away, are coming home during this month. When it comes to your health, you do have the Knight of Pentacles. We have to pause and think about what our health looks like right now, because with our, starting the new year, new me, maybe like with that social networking, maybe we want to get out and do some hiking with groups. Maybe we want to do some group activities. But we're stopping and looking how we can pay or put practical, tangible things into place with our health. And you'll have a lucky opportunity to do that. You might have a place open up up the road from you that has like 4 days for free, come down and have a look, or someone, invites you to something and you really, really enjoy it. Now with others, there's a standstill to the treatment or the process or the diagnosis of your health, and you just have to wait. It is a good thing that you're waiting, though, because something else will be picked up on. When we're looking at our love, we do have the Page of Swords. Now, this is fresh air into our relationship. So if you're single, this is meeting an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, and they look different. They are a different type of person that you would date, very lively, very smart and intelligent. And if this is for for couples that already are together, then this is about taking action about what our future looks like, and spicing things up a bit, or making definite yeses and that kind of thing there as well, during virtue messages from the angels. Yeah, so this one here is about, visualize what it is that you need. Anything that is dampening your spirit, making you melancholy, making you doubt yourself. And this could be about that whole, I've thought about how I am in this life, and my friendships around me really aren't helping me. You know, I need to be around people that lift me up. You know, I've been with these people for a long time, and I realized, you know what, I really need to pick myself up into another situation. It's the same with the finances. Where do I need that money? It came out of the blue. How can I contact someone to help me? I need a group here, or maybe even a community centre or something that can help me with that. And Layla is talking about that time that you are spending thinking about what my future is going to look like with the setting that I live in. So setting as in your friends, your workplace, even family. People just have to go with that. So now we're going on to Taurus. Taurus, you're looking at your ambition, your career, your reputation this month, and how you can improve on that. You're also looking about investing money into some courses, more education, your own passive income if you have your own business, looking at your experiences. Some of you might be looking at, you know, what I've achieved, whether this be work or university, or even with your finances, you know, portfolio. So I look at what I have achieved, and I'm looking about what I want to do next. Where am I going to place this? So I'm looking, I'm researching, and I'm figuring it out, but I'm polishing off and showing off what I have accomplished. Now, you could be going for a job interview, you could be redoing your finances, you could be, you know, looking into, when I've done my finances, where else I could put my money to make my money grow. This is also about having satisfaction in the work that you are producing, satisfaction from your bosses. It is an ambitious time for you. So this is about, you know, seeing people, meeting people, listening to people that can help you get a significant career change. This is a new role at work. This is you reaching, taking steps to reach that ultimate goal. It's also about having things stacked into your behavior, in your favor, for you to be able to get more. When we're looking at your home, you've got the Major Arcana card, the Empress card. So there's pregnancy around here. There's also some sort of investment growth in our family that we are sharing. So we've got family member that is finishing university, or got a big win, or got a job, or sold their house, or so it's something that is that we're celebrating. That is some sort of investment, some sort of something we can crow about. Now, for others, this is about a significant change because, you know, we might be looking at starting the family cycle. This is a pregnancy card, but it's also a wealth card, what we can grow on, the fertility in that, and how we bounty is going to grow in the harvest that we have there. Now, this is buying a house, investing in the house to make it look better, winning the jackpot almost. So if you're looking for a home, finding something that's really, really good. Also, power struggles with co-workers that you might have there. Maybe that's why you're looking at or validating. Don't get into the situation where you're validating or defending your experience because somebody else has got a power struggle there. Just remember, you know what you're talking about. Don't let anyone undermine you. When it comes to your health, another Major Arcana card, the High Priestess. So for some of you Taurans, this is about your fertility, and it is about what I'm doing. For some of you, it's the idea of, do I freeze my eggs for the future, or do I freeze something for the future, or do I start this? And I'm looking into it and researching this when it comes to the female way. There's also orthodox versus unorthodox ways of looking at our health. There's going to be some information given to you. You need to take that seriously. Then you need to apply that to your health, your day, your routine, on how you can change that. It is a 2 card. Thyroid, throats, ears, lower lip, jaw, base of brain, cerebellum, cervical spine, and any kind of insecurities that we have might be flaring up as well. So we're looking at a way that we can approach this, a way that we can fix this, whether it be, you know, traditional or orthodox or unorthodox. We're looking at how we're going to spend. And it's a big change because it's a Major Arcana card. Another Major Arcana card, so a good month for you, the Star card. This is in your relationship. So this is a Major Arcana card. So this is, as you can see, stars. So stars in our lives, meeting someone who really feels very special, a big change in my romantic life. So meeting someone very, very special. This is specifically Aquarius cards. So that Aquarius, Gemini, or Scorpio. Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. This is specifically Aquarius though. So this is big changes there. And it's also balancing how you felt about being in a relationship. It's changing the way that you look at relationships. There's a major transformation here. Those of you in couples, balancing out any power issues there. We're in the limelight. So we might be getting engaged, announcing a pregnancy, and announcing our intentions, because there's a little bit of a limelight with that as well. Drawing eventual messages from the angels, Taurus, is... Okay, so leading the towards the answer of your prayers. So you are working towards achieving lots of goals, but making sure that you're minimizing any effort, minimizing your effort by making sure that everyone around you is working as well. But a lot of good feedback, lifting them up as you go. Teresa says you might be feeling a little bit low, but this is where we start that thing where we have to look at our health and we have to make a major change, because some information's coming that says what you had. Ariel saying that you might have some instinct, some intuition, a dream, or deja vu and moment or person, and feel that strength in you. You will feel that. And then Ray is talking about, again, meditation. She's talking about the head with, maybe there's a bit of stress involved. The information that's been given to you for your health is provided alternatives that I really do need to start to think about this. So hypnosis, therapy, meditation, anything to quiet the mind with that. So let's go on to Gemini. Gemini, what we're doing here is broadening our horizons, and it could be something to do with our career. So maybe you're investing in a new course, maybe you're finishing a course, maybe you're working more with online ways, or foreign exchange, foreign people, that kind of thing as well. So you're broadening your horizons. You might even be moving away for work, or seeing how I can launch myself online. So you might be launching something, getting more clientele over the world, around the world, preparing for a new job, preparing for a promotion, and there might be some sort of tools that we need for that. So whether that be a computer, short course, software, blah, 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 blah. When it comes to your home, we have the Knight of Wands. Now, the Knight of Wands is telling us that there is a go for it moment. So you might have, an idea that we want to go on holiday, and done. We're all jumping on, we're all on the same page, let's do it, last minute kind of thing. It might also be about moving. We're all on board, let's do this quickly. There also could be someone in the house that is really up and down, manic highs, manic lows as well. And through this, what will emerge is a new perspective, and another way to transform yourself will come through with this move, with this passion, with this charge ahead that you have. Now, you might find that you are returning to school, like I said, or returning to some sort of program. If you wanted to be creative, this is the best time to do that. This transition that you're going, it's not just broadening horizons, but it's looking into religion, it's looking into tradition, psychological things, foreign things, all of that. So researching into that, and some of that thing you're going to apply to yourself, Gemini, which will make your whole perspective change. And with that, you're going to feel ambitious. You're going to feel like big changes are coming. Again, this might be some wild news about, a sudden sale of a house, because things move very, very quickly here. When we're looking at your health, we do have the Lovers card. Now, the Lovers card is about our partnership that we have with others, and our own partnership, our own moral factor insecurities that we feel when we're part of a group. So we need to address that. We need to feel stronger, we need to feel more powerful. Maybe we are, and that's why it's coming up. The sixth house is solar plexus, midriff, bowels, colon, intestines, and abdomen. So looking at that, I'm feeling like it's a pairing here. You might find that your hormones are slightly out. You might find that you have to rebalance. Now, if this is to do with a chiropractor because the bones are slightly out, we're evening out where the issue is. And this is a major arcana card. So these major changes that we're making are going to change your health well into the future, Gemini. And also with the broadening our horizons at our religion, our fundamental, foundational, psychological level, it's a new playing field. So we're looking at the mind perspective, we're looking at the emotional perspective, we're looking at insecurities, and we're looking at comparing that or combining that to make us feel a lot better physically as well. When it comes to your relationships, Gemini, you might be feeling left out, locked out. You might be feeling like the powers outside of your control are making you feel very vulnerable. Now, are you feeling very vulnerable because of your own mind of making? Or you are afraid because this is about taking action, being blinded and not being able to. So if you look at the card, she's within these circles, her hands are bound, her eyes are covered, and she's standing in a pool of water, and this is 8. So this could be, I'm feeling very lost, I'm feeling locked out, neglected, I'm feeling like I need to take action, but I'm not quite sure which way I can do that, and maybe it's not up to me. Maybe I just have to wait. I have to wait for someone else to reach out and talk to me about it. With that, it's also about, sometimes there might be a split, or talks of a split, or even a breakup for a bit might be coming up with that as well. During virtue messages from the angels, a loved one who has passed is telling you that there's abundance of compassion, an abundance of finances or tangible practical things that you need, and people that will be there to help you with that, to be able to get further on to where it is that you want to go. Okay, so we are looking at our 8th house, so we're looking at all our finances. We're undertaking a transformation there, so we're looking at our debt. We're looking at ways that we can pay off debt, save money, better returns, better interest. This is also about boosting your abilities, so what money can I put in there, what study can I do there. It's also about alimony, inheritance, setting your future, making sure it's secure. Now you do have the Knight of Wands here. As soon as I pick that up, I feel like you've got to make sure that somebody's not influencing the final decision. King of Wands is talking to someone on a higher basis, so this could be your boss, an accountant, someone who does financials, wherever you're, or even, university department as well. So someone in a lead position who is going to help you set your course for it to be stronger in the future. Someone who decides or gives options, or is someone you can rely on to give really great advice, and you are paying for this service, or it's included in what it is that you're doing. This is also about self-reflect and instinct, about taking the lead, taking charge, owning your own position, your money, your study, owning that and believing in yourself, and that ambition that you have. There's going to be some sort of change there, Cancer, where you might find that the community services like lower education and higher education, when we combine some of those together, so maybe it's a community group that meet together outside of the university. So thinking caps, group discussions, collective decisions in that way as well. So if you are asking for finance, you might find that you get a no eventually. We've got, a no initially. We do have the 5 of Pentacles here. Now, the 5 of Pentacles is saying that someone feels that all the burden lies on them, Cancer. You're feeling burdened by your children, burdened by their responsibilities and duties of responsibilities and tasks that are there. If you don't have children, I feel like I'm carrying the load. I feel like I'm carrying all of the family. So this is either your property or your family itself. I feel left out. Perhaps there's an issue going on where they're ignoring you, or you've been cut out, or there's, someone's causing a lot of lonely emotion to yourself or the other, because they need so much attention. You're starting to lose yourself a bit. And it's also victim mentality for some of you, which is about So, like if you've lost someone and there's an inheritance there, or if there's a divorce there, and so we're divvying up the money, or we're looking at our cash flow and setting it secure for the future, perhaps this is about feeling like we have less money. Perhaps this is feeling like the grief and loss that I have from divorce or inheritance or that kind of thing. It's the flip of the coin. There's money there, but at what cost it came. Then we've got your health, which is the death card. The death card means that there's a major transformation, Cancer, that you're looking at. So if you're getting divorced, you might find this takes a huge weight off your mind. If we can sort this situation, so you could be looking after someone, or someone needs so much of your time. So with this transformation, you're leaving one thing behind and moving into another. And this is a major arcana card. So this is saying that I absolutely am forced into this position, or my emotions have risen to such a height that I demand that this is it, no more, I'm going to change, blah, blah, blah. Or that you've been given some information that says, hi, you actually need to make a change, and so you actually do. This is a major arcana card. In your relationships, we've got some arguing there and defensive behavior. Now, this could be you as a couple, or outside interference towards you as a couple, pointing fingers, blaming you as a couple, defending ourselves as a couple. In between the relationship is challenging willful behaviour. It's someone who you might find that this is an ex who's demanding, Cancer, that you take their emotions into consideration when you don't, because they're nothing to do with you. This is also about someone might demand that we are official, because there's some kind of demand here, and it's about commitment with that. So that could be coming up as well. But someone could also be having a behaviour, not something for us to break up over. Well, maybe we are given an ultimatum, but it's more like a habit or a behaviour, and they're justifying and defending that, and it's become an issue because it's maybe there's a power struggle there. Maybe one's not doing as much as they should because they're too busy with their own, things that they want to do. And it's like, okay, are we in a relationship? Are we a couple? Because I feel like I'm doing everything. So we need to look at our hobbies. We need to look at the people that we're around. And if you're standing there trying to defend it, the answer is we are a couple. How can we be closer? How can we be a team? Everybody else is out of this. We're also looking at behaviour as well. Maybe someone's just refusing. Doesn't matter how many times you argue about it, Cancer. Maybe they need to see a psychologist. Maybe they need to spend less time partying and more time out in nature. Psychological, faith, getting movement, getting out and doing something. Maybe a traditional couples retreat, doing something together there as well. Azul says, don't worry about any gossip. So like I said, if this is about, people picking on you as a couple, or if this is an estrangement within the family, everything's going to be okay. So we're going to work out at the end. So any kind of gossip, it is just really that. It's lifting and blowing air underneath your wings and bringing you high anyway. And then you have a group one. So if we're worrying about, will I get the inheritance? Will I get the stocks? Will it pay off? Will it do this? Will it do that? The answer is already a yes with that. Now we're looking on to Leo. So we are looking at all our close personal relationships that we have at the moment, and we're also looking at combining with somebody else financially in a partnership or some sort of legal agreement that you will be having there. When it comes to your finance, we do have the 10 of Wands. Now, there's some sort of rush to the end, Leo. So, when it comes to last-minute signing of documents, or we need to bring someone on board because we're overwhelmed with the work that we have. So you can see that the rods have slipped over his head. They're no longer on the shoulder. So the amount of work that's involved is becoming overwhelming, and we really do need to ask for help. It's also your own baggage that you bring into a job that you have. Maybe this attitude's not, maybe you've got a bit of an attitude at the moment and it's really rolling you up and you can't see past that with the colleagues that you work with. This is also about not we need to focus on now, yes we do, but we also need to focus on what the future looks like. And right now you can't see past this. You can't see past this overwhelming amount of work, whether that be study, whether it be your finances at work or just finances in general. And so you are away, some of you are working way more hours than you do have at home, and this is causing a bit of a drama there as well. Some of your close personal friendships could be interfering with your life and or work life. So, maybe you're at a point in your life where you no longer want to party every Friday and Saturday night. You're so tired, you've got work and everything, responsibilities and stuff. And so we're cutting some friendships off. Some of our personal friendships, we'll have to cut some of that off, because now I need to focus just on this diligently, and I don't feel like I'm getting that. In the Temperance card, Major Arcana card in the family zone, this is our property, our family, where we're living, but our family involved as well. There is some emotional change here, Leo, where like I said, our personal relationships, so with our best friend, parent to children, even with cousins, or even with flatmates or someone that we're living with, that kind of personal relationship. There is a give and take there. There is healing there. There is understanding, compassion there, because we're sharing that load. Maybe someone's sticking to their giving up a habit. This is specifically drinking, but any kind of fears or habits here, and we're all collectively supporting this person. We're all collectively seeing the difference and supporting that person as well, but also healing itself as a family unit. Or if you live on your own, then I'm feeling like I'm balanced. So I'm feeling like I'm really getting into my own groove here, because things aren't as stressful as they were before. Some sort of emotional balance is happening here, and evolution. We're evolving. There's some transition. Now that could be someone's moved out of home. There could be someone's joined up with a psychologist. That could be that we've renovated the home, or we've made some changes in the home so people have a bit more breathing room, that kind of thing as well. But like I said, when it comes to contracts, we might be transitioning into a different way of paying for our home. We might be transitioning money between family members. There might, because we're looking at legalities as well as partnerships and commitments. So there's a transition there from one to the other with that. When it comes to our health, we're a bit slow this month. I don't know whether there's something to do with our mobility that makes us slow. 6th house, solar plexus, midriff, bowels, colon, intestines, and abdomen. So that's slow movement through the guts. This is going to take a little while. It's not a fast process. It's a slow process. So what you start could take a couple of months for it to be fine. Maybe it's a 30-day thing. Maybe you're adding a supplement in, something like beetroot powder, which works on lots and lots of different organs. And it's a slow process. It can't be fixed. Now, for some of you, if this is to do with a procedure for solar plexus, midriff, bowels, colon, intestines, and abdomen, it's also healing by practical things as well. So we're trying practical things to be able to speed this along. But again, it's going to be a slower process, so don't rush it. If we're having a procedure, there might be a long gap in between, so we might have to wait for that procedure, or we have this procedure and then we have to wait and then have another one, and then have to wait and then have another one with that. When it comes to our relationships, we do have the Ace of Swords, Virgo. This is newly married, newly engaged, newly announced relationship, and the issue here, whether it be a brand new relationship, meaning someone that's, we've decided we are a relationship, or we are married, or we've announced that we're married, or we're announcing that we're going to start a family, whatever the announcement is between these two people. It looks like we both have our own way of wanting to do it, and there's a little bit of a struggle there. And the answer to that is, we've got to come together and we've got to find a middle ground, because with that middle ground, we'll be able to... someone might say, sometimes when people get pregnant, they say, well, we don't want to announce it for 4 or 5 months, that kind of thing. So we're going to have to compromise with each other on timing, on how to deliver, on the journey that it is that we're going to take. Now, that can be just between these two or what we announce. Now, if this is about meeting someone, then this is with a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. This person... will really take you by surprise. This person will be a little bit forward, not forceful, but forward with their intentions. You know, I'm quite blunt and honest about what it is that I want, and again, so we're losing some friendships and personal relationships, and we're building and needing new ones. But in a relationship sense, we are. For some of you, we're deciding whether we should stay together or split. For others, we're, like I said, with what I just said, we're deciding on, you know, the timing of when we announce what it is that we're going to do. With our career, study and finance, we do have some good news there. It looks like the harvest will be brought in, so there's money there. We're thinking of ways on which our family can change. So whether this is the property itself, we're thinking about being able to make some changes. It might be about not being able to sleep because there's too many tasks and abilities, so a bit of insomnia there. It's also about what we feel right and what action we're taking. Maybe we are lacking some action that we're taking because we're fearful of what others will feel about that. And so this is where we've got to really understand that you have to think about what it is that you want for yourself first, because you don't want... like if there is going to be a divorce or a settlement and we need to make some new connections here, this might be weighing on our mind. What can I do next? Or who do I reach out to? Or who do I involve in these legal matters? Or, public, how do they feel about it? Do I have anyone that I can speak up and be my advocate? So when it comes to our health, we also want to make sure that we are exercising, but if we've got poor health, then we've got to make sure that we're not overdoing it. Because when in health we do have the devil cards, and this is I have been burning the candle at both ends. I have abused my body. I've got some bad news towards my health, and it could be something like, because I'm chained to this, so deep-seated habits or psychological foundational mindset that it's long living. We need to change that. So the devil card is a major arcana card saying, okay, well, we need to make these major changes now because you don't want things to be way worse. So you could get an indication that we have an issue or that we are close to having an issue, so you really do need to buckle up and make some changes. Or that we have a bit of a crisis, a bit of a meltdown, a bit of a spiral and need to see a psychologist. Again, so if we are thinking about a divorce, we've got to be careful who's going to pick sides. And if we decide on an announcement, we have to compromise on how that announcement is going to be made. Drawing virtue messages from the angels for you is we've got a win that we can announce publicly. This is group-wise, so it's a lot of people we're telling. And then we've got Archangel Gabriel, which is a lot of communication. It's a lot of help. It's social. And it's people that can give you beneficial advice or beneficial contacts. So, if I need a lawyer, I need an advocate, I need an accountant, I need someone there that can help you with that. So now we're going to go on to Virgo. This is a really good time for you to work on your health and your routine and your working conditions, because this is all of this month. So are you walking? Are you looking after yourself? Are you eating well? Are you sleeping good hours? What is your work environment like? What is your home environment like? Because we're looking at the sixth house, which is our health and our work, and the one that we employ around the house as well. But it's also about our health, which is willpower, it's habits, it's routines, it's my regime. What do I do on a daily basis? Because this is what I'm focused on. Now, when we come to our finances study, and work, we've got the Emperor card, Major Arcana card. So this is a decision being handed down about finances, or a decision about your role being handed down. And it looks like you don't want to overexert yourself. So you've set yourself up a plan on what the next few goals are going to look like financially or at work or with study. And you don't want to overwhelm yourself by getting too much done, because you've got a lot of energy here, you're feeling strong, and you want to take action, because the Emperor card is it wants to take action. You've got to start with the fundamentals, you've got to have it written down, you've got to look at the terrain, you've got to make your goals like 2 a day, have it all structured out, and Virgos, you love this, so that would be great. Also, when it comes to your finances, if you go and speak to someone who has a lot of experience, you'll find some I want to say there's a reproach there. You'll find that there is another way of looking at something, another way of accessing something. When it comes to yourself and your home or your property, you're feeling a little bit lonely, you're feeling a little bit left out. So in the family way, you might be missing, someone that's gone, whether they've moved out or you're just missing them, you don't see much of them. You're feeling lonely within yourself. Maybe you're feeling mentally stretched, missing someone, a bit melancholy, feeling down, but it's a little bit obsessive, and there's a lot of insecurity around that as well. It's also reminding you, if something doesn't go right, don't stress, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, because there's something solid there that you can put your attention on, and we work with what we have, and that is solid. So there's no point crying over something that didn't work out because it's not solid. You might just be focusing on that and losing intention or losing your way. The environment in which you work or within your home might have a radical transformation. You might find that technology will be more beneficial and eliminate certain things that you have to do. It might be that you move on to the next leg of your career. So, for example, I'm coming out of study and getting into a job. I am an amateur, now I'm going to be a pro. I was a PT, now I'm going to be a coach. I was working in technology, now I'm going over to advertising, something like that. In our health, we do have the Four of Pentacles. We need to take action when it comes to anything hereditary. The fourth house is uterus, digestion, breast, stomach, and womb, Virgo. So we might be having some illness there, or some inherited disease that is coming to light at the moment, or something that's happened before in the family. Praying practical and tangible things, so praying for that, incorporating that into your health as well. You've got to have your mindset ready, and this is a good time for you to rebuild your body. This is a good time for you to stick to breaking habits, so a good time to stop smoking, drinking, those things as well. Your willpower is strong, and you're wanting to make your working conditions and your home conditions and your health conditions better. When it comes to your love, we do have the Eight of Swords. Do check your sun, moon, and rising, because I had this before for another sun. I think it was Taurus. And this is myself in a relationship. I don't quite know what it is that I'm going to do. Maybe it's out of my hands, or maybe I'm too insecure to be able to say what I want out loud. So I might be acting out emotionally or taking action in a volatile or in an unbalanced or manipulative way, you or them. Because your hands are wide, your eyes are bound, and you can't see your way out. And home truths is one part, taking action is another, being honest with them and yourself. Now this is Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, this card specifically. And so how do I have no fear in my relationship? How do I have honesty in this relationship? But there's a loss of power here, whether you don't feel you have the power or restraint for yourself to be able to be honest in this relationship, or that you have to wait for somebody else's response first, Virgo. So now we're going to look at your Adoring Virtue messages from the angels. Okay, Daniel is the marriage card, so he's the one working with all partnerships, which is work or in love. And so it's also the combination of my radical change with the way I work, radical change with my body, so my routine is going to change, and you'll be able to stick with it. And so this card is saying use your instinct, use your gut, maybe some meditation, maybe some alternative things, but what you put into place this month, Virgo, is going to stick. It's going to be strong there, because you have the best willpower it is, and any changes that you make will benefit you completely. So now we're going on to Libra. Now we're looking at your relationships, your hobbies, and your fun. So there's going to be a bit of intensity in romance. Be very, very careful with taking caution when it comes to your finances. You might find, wow, you've got 3 major arcana cards, Libra. So in your finances, career and study, you have got the star card. So be careful. Risk and caution is something that you need to look at all of this month. But this card is a celebration, being promoted, being part of a promotion. So, you know, maybe your face is on a new card, a new website, an ad, being introduced to the big members or the staff, or there's some sort of introduction here. There's really good reviews, good work performance, good results, Libra. So this is a 5th house, so this is the romance, finances and all that as well, but it's also hobbies and also projects as well. So this is a winning project, this is winning work, this is excellent for your finances, study and control. When we get to home, we've got the Hermit card. Now the Hermit card is got to do a bit of research here. So if this is about buying a home, then we've looked at our finances, we've got the automatic pre-approval, and now we're looking into what kind of home, domestic life that we actually need. What does a home look like? What do the requirements are? This might be where we're experimenting on, you know, whether we're going to stay in the same state, the same area, or we're going to move. And during this transition, you might find that you are researching into or looking into your own past or your own feelings, Libra, about how there needs to be some change there. Because remember, all of this month is in the 5th house, so maybe you do need to meet more people and go out and do some hobbies. Maybe you're looking at genealogy, researching the family tree, but there's definitely research going on here. We're looking into it. Maybe we are doing psychology together as a family. Maybe one person in the family, whether it be you and another tenant or you and the family themselves, are looking into how we can get our finances better. We're researching something. We're asking qualified people, but not just qualified people, people that have been in this for a long time, because that's the best experience that you need with the best advice. And so you can skip all the things that are going to be risk. But do be careful taking the risk. Like I was going to say, you might be overwhelmed with the reception that it is from the work or the home that's being produced. And you might think, oh, wow, you know, I'm going to have to put it. What I'll do is I'll double order because I think I'm going to need it. So just balance that out. Taking risks, you might get so excited that you invest more in something else, and you know, just cool it down a little bit and see how we go. Then you've got the Magician in your house. That's another major arcana card, Libra, and this one is saying it's in the 1st house, so it's everything that I look like on the outside. So my face, my teeth, upper lip, my clothing, my hairstyle. We are making a radical change there. This is a major arcana card. So this is radical, this is major, it's a transformation. And you have all of what you need, all the resources that you need on that table. You've got the truth there, your passions there, you've got your emotions there, you've got your practicalities and the finances there. It's a good karmic time for you to be able to, this is reaching up. So what is above is below, and it's about mentality. How we think is how we're going to feel. So this is a good time for you to make that health transformation. You are having a lot of fun when it comes to your romance all of this month, but there is going to be a time here with the 4 of Cups that you might find you or the other might be throwing a bit of a tantrum, or you don't like the changes. So, you know, sometimes it happens that someone loses a whole lot of weight or stops drinking or stops doing drugs or something like that, and the other partner can be a little bit miffed at that and think, oh, this person's going to leave me, or suddenly they're all high and mighty. So it could be that, or maybe someone said something the wrong way or got taken the wrong way. So your Drawing Virtue messages from the angels, Libra, is it's a very good artistic and creative time for you as well, leading you to the answer of your prayers here. So what it is that you want, you have the ability, you have what I mean, look, you've got 3 major arcana cards here. So you have every opportunity to make it to that success that it is that you want. And Rochelle says that where you make that decision, follow your heart, prosperity is coming. So, you know, you've got that good reception. You're looking at what I can do next. You're researching about that. You're looking into family matters. You're looking at your mind and your body and how you're feeling about that. But the only thing is in your relationship, so there might be a bit of a squabble there. If you're single, this is with cup signs, that's Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. Maybe something emotionally hurt them. Maybe they're just a bit oversensitive with that. But you deserve the best. This is a winning month for you, Libra. Now we're going to go on to Scorpio. Scorpio, your home situation and living situation is going to go through a massive change. There's going to be a dramatic situation family-wise, so within the family home, a dramatic change, and suddenly we were able to buy a home. So there's some kind of dramatic change there within the family and the home. So moving, you know, something dramatic happens in the family as well. This is a good time to invest in real estate. We've got the King of Wands here, so this is about speaking to someone in a leadership position about finances or study or with my career and getting good feedback about that. Just be careful about who you're telling that you're going to approach this or what your next step is, because someone might try and beat you to it or take that and pass it off as their own. Scorpio, you're also, you know, leading the way. You might also be, like I said, investing in property, growing your portfolio there as well. There can be some disruptions happening within the family as home. Now we've got the Ace of Cups with family and property. We do have something to celebrate. So these dramatic changes and dramas may not be all negative. They may be in a positive way, or maybe that negative thing has brought in something positive because we're celebrating. This is celebrating a milestone, a marriage, a union, a contract, a birth, a baptism, a title of some sort. You know, it could be something as small as I've earned my purple belt. So Scorpio, where that changes, there's something loving there and achieving, even if there is drama and even if there is some massive changes as well. You might find that one of your family members are moving further away. You might find that there is something outside of your control that comes around. I still feel like there is going to be you know, some sort of natural disaster still happening as well, and that's right through to, say, the 15th of March, so it could be something like that. Then we got to your health, which is the Ace of Pentacles. Ace is all about what you look like, including your face, your teeth, your hair, clothing, all those kinds of things. You're putting practical, tangible things into that. You're paying for that, and what you're paying for has longevity. So, you know, it might be a whole new wardrobe, it might be your teeth, it may be a new workout, whatever it is, it's something that you can keep stable, that you can maintain, that makes you feel good, that makes you look good, and this is a promise you're making to yourself, Scorpio. With our love, we do have the Four of Swords. Now, I'm going to go straight to the family here. Family matters might be interfering with the relationship, so maybe, like I said, if there's drama or any kind of issue going on, maybe you're there more, or you're more focused on that, and your partner, while being encouraging, might be feeling a little bit left out. It might also be that we have a lot going on in our mind, so there's a bit of insomnia going on there. Maybe there's been a break, and so you're laying awake thinking about how I can take action to resolve this. Do I need to apologise? Do they need to apologise? Is I or they taken it out on the other because of family pressures? Is there family pressure trying to split these people up? Is it cultural or family that is bringing about a bit of a disaster, or it's the first hiccup or the first stumble in the path of us as a family, as a relationship, and so it was unexpected. So Scorpio, with your adoring virtue messages from the angels. Yeah, so like I said, there's something new in the family. This could be a baby, this could be an engagement, giving birth, specifically that Scorpio. Patience and things coming to an end. So again, something dramatic is happening in the family. Maybe someone's passed, maybe there's an inheritance, maybe people have gotten divorced, maybe there's, I mean, it could even be the house is burned down or the house is flooded or we've been thrown out of our house or on the negative side. But all things must come to an end. We must move on to the next level there. In a dramatic way, losses can always come out as a win. So sometimes we're so afraid to take a step forward or side to side or even back because the unknown is way more terrifying than the shit that I'm standing in. So this might be saying, okay, so it's forced on you. Now make the best of it, and at the end of that cycle you see, do you know what, this is the best thing that ever happened to me. And anyone says that there's money you'll be spending on pets this month, you'll be getting a lot of compassion, people will be giving you compassion as well in that area. Now we're going into Sagittarius. We are in the third house, so you'll find that you're more in your head, so it might be more creative, might be a bit more psychic, it might be that you are finding the need to re-examine your beliefs, your belief system, your mentality, your perspective of what you've always had in your life that you've propelled yourself on. There needs to be some change. There needs to be some new way of thinking outside of the box. This is a big month for everyone, I'm thinking, because a lot of watch your sun, moon, and rising. A lot of cards, a lot of signs have had 2 or 3 major arcanas, and you do as well. In your finance, we do have information coming. It could be a contract, and you need to sign that, but you need to look at both sides of the situation. Is this something that I can afford? But is this also something I can afford physically, mentally, and emotionally, and away from my partner or my other activities? So we're looking at that as well. This is also a time of overthinking. This also has psychology on it as well, and it's the second house of insecurity, morals, and my salary. So am I signing up with an investment or a home, and this is going to make my salary long term? Am I feeling that there is a discrepancy in myself and insecurity of being part of this partnership, this major change moving forward? Am I scared to do it, or I'm going to do it anyway, but I'm scared? This is also about changing your attitude and changing the routine, so putting some shake-up in there. It's a major arcana card, so it's a major shake-up. There might also be some information revealed to you, so maybe that secrets revealed to you, that's the information that's coming in. Be careful not to use insider trading for some of you. And this can also be about finances, about your partner, and that, because we're making a decision between right and wrong, orthodox or unorthodox, skirting along the border of what is legal and illegal, and we are investing in that and our attitudes changing. Maybe it's, we've got some information, I'm a little bit more flush, you're a little bit more flush, or I am and you're not, or you are and I'm not. And so we've decided to do this together to make that big money at the end, but we both have to be on the same page. You have to take some of my advice and you have to take some of my advice. And so we're both on the same page. We're not, we're both swimming in the same direction. We're not opposing each other. Then at home we've got the Empress card, so we might be deciding whether or not we do want to buy a house, or whether we want to split finances with a family member, or even buying a second home. The Empress card is about pregnancy. It's also about bounty, and it's also money from the community or money from siblings or cousins. This is a major arcana card. It's about being relaxed in your femininity, if you're a woman, or being relaxed with your own femininity as a man. Being relaxed in the placement of what you are in the dynamic of the family or the property that you are in. It's also about being creative. So this is a good time to write a book. This is a good way for you to go online and meet someone you haven't met before from the family, and really getting on with them, someone unexpected that you didn't know of. Or if you, the person that's been looking for you, say you're adopted and you've been looking for adoptive parents, something like that could happen as well. We're also looking at our mental state and questioning our mind, questioning everything, which is really, really good, because this is how you make bank. This is how you grow. This is how you relax. This is how you feel more secure within yourself. In our house, we do have the Eight of Pentacles. So we're looking at results, and the results are in the area of bladder, genitals, sex organs, reproductive system, hemorrhoids, muscular system, hernias, rectum, prostate, and toxins. So in terms of, genitals, reproductive system in that way, we might find that we're paying for the second cycle, or we're paying the second installment, or we're on the second go. When it comes in terms of toxic, we might be on our 90-day, we're looking at our results, but we're on to the next leg there as well. Also, I want you to look at other options. I feel like there's what you're doing right now is great, but if you go online and have a little look, you can find things that will combined with that will work consecutively with it and complement it really well. So Sagittarius, with your love life, we do have the Moon card. So straight away, there could be three people in this relationship. So there could be some cheating going on. This specifically Cancer, but this specifically is the parent. So are we stuck in our relationship with the way that we grew up with our psychological self? Because remember, we are looking at that area, and we are, the toxins, we might be, our psychological self has kept us with habits, and now we're breaking those habits, so we're forced to look at our belief system, our trauma, blah, 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 blah. And so we're finally making progress with that. But in terms of our relationship, how we're incorporating that together, because maybe both of us have bad relationships. Again, cheating. The third thing could be our family is pulling us apart. The tradition is pulling us apart as well. Or that if we've got an ex with children, that could be a very destructive thing as well. If this is about single people, you might find on a good, on a full moon or on an eclipse that you are out and about, and you might meet someone, water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Meet someone very special on your night out, close to an eclipse or a full moon. During virtue messages from the angel, Sagittarius, is okay. So if you have to leave your home for work, or leave your home for a while due to unexpected duties and responsibilities, it's all going to be fine, especially with the family way. So all of the family stuff I just said, it's actually going to be fine. You're protected. Don't let little bits build up, blow up. We don't want that. Uriel is helping you with those psychological changes that I just said were happening. Again, listening to the other person, especially in the relationship sense, or with a family member that might have spiraled or is having difficulty with the trauma, blah, blah, blah. Listening to them, being there. A sounding board, a comfort, a compassion, and helping the other, being that person, being their person. So you're my person with that as well. Now we are on to Capricorn. Capricorn, it is all about ambition. It is all about our salary. We are going to be finishing off some study. We're going to be doing some study, finishing off degrees. We might be buying new equipment or things there that can help us with that. We're also ending a cycle of teaching, learning that as well, graduating onto the next level. The Queen of Wands in our finance sector is saying that your finances are ready. You're looking at the value. You are looking at trying to get a complete transformation here. And what it does is it brings down to, so you've got something that didn't work and you've got a second chance. So it comes down to breaking it into small goals or small processes. One after the other is how you get that full growth and harvest here with that. It's also about, so if you're working for a family-owned company or your own company, or you're working for something, I'm going to even say, if you work with something that's got a line on the inside now, take a leading role or put your hand up and say, I would like to do that, because the experience you're going to learn from this is going to bring your reputation up here, and it's only something small. People are really impressed with your foresight. They're really impressed at how you can work in a stressful situation and with anybody else that's working in any kind of tandem or duo with anybody else. What you're looking at is reform and reform all your money. So looking at my debts, how I can make more money, break it down into smaller portions, those kinds of things. It's also your resources for yourself. So who do I emotionally have? Who do I physically have? Where do I put that output into myself? Because the second house is also my insecurities, my values, what's important to me, morals, with the people that I work with, but also how I feel with that duo in that partnership. So do I have that? Is that available to me? Now I've got to make sure that I'm feeding myself to be able to be really great part of this partnership. At home, we're celebrating a big win. We're celebrating getting a home. We're celebrating emotions. We might have needed money and it's come and fallen on you, but you had the money and because you've been saving. And so that's where that comes through, and then we're breaking other things down in their way. We also need to develop some new strategies when it comes to our health. The Emperor card is a specialist or someone that hands down results and judgments, who's saying this is the fourth house. So this is, all your reproductive area. So your uterus, digestion, breast, stomach, and womb. So you'll be finding that there will be an appointment made, or that you will send someone new that's more specialized. This is a major arcana card, so this is going to bring you much better results than you normally would have with that. You might also find that you're going to work a side job, and that could be in the physical way, or that extra side job is helping you lose weight because you're using more energy that way. Because the Emperor card's about major changes and something about, because you're working a lot, you're earning, you've got with good money resources coming in. We're celebrating about having money, we're celebrating with the family, and then with our love, we're celebrating and very happy with that. Feeling like you've got quite the cat that got this cream, got something very wonderful, and feeling very much starry-eyed in love. So you're drawing virtue messages from the angels, Capricorn. Looking at your attitude, making sure that you are not flippant. This is also about being careful with your investments, not a good time for any kind of risk. Make sure you're paying people back the money that that you owe them. We've got a no here. Now, this might come with the very, very first appointment when it comes to, sorry, my phone is just going completely crazy. So the Emperor card could be the very first appointment, and he's giving down, not harsh criticism, but he's handing down something. And you realize that you need to work on your own mentality. You need to find different strategies for releasing any overwhelming energies or emotions that you have. And if someone is demanding or accusing or saying you didn't, you're quite happy to say no. Or if someone's trying to force you to do something, just say no straight away. Archangel Uriel is going to help you with those transformations with your I don't know what's going on with that. Sorry about that. Your home is safe, so don't worry about it. So we've got that celebration there. So whatever that is, it's approval at the last minute financially that will happen with the house emotionally. So your home is protected. And also, because it's your home and we're talking about the reproductive area, it is going to be okay. It could be alarming, the first piece of information that's brought down. But it's great because it's not that it's a bad thing. It's alerting that we found the issue and now we're going to go along that journey and finish that. Now we're going to go on to Aquarius. Aquarius, it's all about you in February. Happy birthday. It's about personal, profound change and transformation within yourself. So as you know, the first house is about everything people can see. So it's your teeth, it's your hair, it's your face, it's your body, it's your clothing, it's how you hold yourself. all of those things as well. You're going through a metamorphosis. You're going through the chrysalis, going into the butterfly. There could be some teething issues. There could be some little struggles. There could be some new aspects you find about yourself. You find that you can ditch things, like, maybe you cut your hair, or maybe you go through your wardrobe and throw everything out and all your shoes out, and maybe you've decided this is a new way. Do check your sun, moon and rising. These cards have come out before. You might find that you have this overwhelming desire. I just want to look different. I want to feel different. So I'm going to try all these new things. And this transformation is going to be profound. I'm going to find some new aspects about myself, or other aspects about life that I will enjoy and incorporate in my life. You might find that you are able to stick to things better because your willpower's a lot stronger, a lot more amplified. You'll find that you'll be able to reach your goals. Now, this card here is for your study, career and finance. You will get the yes, you will get permission. Don't tell too many people though, because I feel like somebody else might try and beat you to it. So if it's about a lucrative job, or a friend has said to a couple of friends, oh, someone's looking for something, get in there first because somebody else will try and beat you to it. This is also getting an acceptance for a job, acceptance for a promotion. It's about a review, so your boss looking over your work, giving you really, really good information. Now, also, if you have a role where you have two people that you need to answer to, it's going to be a bit difficult this month because you're going to have one person say something and the other person saying something else. And that is where you're going to have a little bit of difficulty. One thing saying one saying the other. Which way do I go? I'm a bit confused here. When we come to home, we've got the Ace of Cups, which is something to celebrate. We could be celebrating, we've bought a house, we've sold a house, we're moving, a christening, a birth, a pregnancy, a engagement. It's a peaceful time that we're celebrating. We're very much happy with that. Again, we're in our first house all of this month, and we're going to want to change everything. So expect that metamorphosis, profound change about how the world sees us, how we see us, how what we look like changes, and even our mentality. We're putting money into that. We're putting practical, tangible efforts into that. So this card is showing that we're doing all of that. And again, like I said, it is the head, face, upper lip, jaw, cerebellum, brain, and clothing, hair, so everything. So everything people can see, we are putting our energy in that. Then it comes to love. We do have the Four of Swords here. Now, first off, I want to say we might be having strange dreams about our ex. Secondly, we might be feeling very lonely. And because we're making so many changes in our personal life, from the way that we look, the way we see things, the aspects. Be very, very careful not to be a control freak. I used to be incredibly OCD, but over the years it's gotten a lot better. So be careful that you're not trying to control everything too much, or trying to control too fast, or change too fast. The transformation, you want it to all be done in 30 days. Well, it could take 90. So, that. But you might be thinking, if you've got sleeping issues, they will be better. But you also might be thinking, okay, well, maybe I might feel like venturing out and seeing a partner. This is you. It is an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or that is who you will meet. You might be dreaming about someone and then meeting them. As a couple, we're looking at the next leg of our relationship. We might find that what our goal was before, you might find that you are feeling like you're a completely different person, or they're a completely different person, or our idea of our relationship is completely different. So we're going to start that progression onto what it is next. You might be finding that, there's a couple of things you don't like about that person. You will be also feeling like you have a new personality. So, if you're moving house, new neighbours, new attitude, new vitality, all those different things as well. So, during victory messages from the angels. So, some sort of education. So, again, you're updating yourself. You might want to go and take a course. You might want to look into techniques on putting on makeup, because this is a technical card. This is looking into things. There's something with instructions, someone to advise us. So, getting all that in. It's also about studying. So, you might find Just like me recently, I found something that I'm absolutely loving, so I dove into it, and I'm just researching like a crazy person online, So something like that might help as well. Or that you are so involved in this transition, this transformation, this personal change that you're having, new aspects that you're having. You might find that you are rushing it too much, that you might want to get someone in to make the plan for you, or to organise your funds, or to organise your gym, something that they're putting into segments for you. Adriana's moving you and your family closer to where it is that you want to go. So it will be there. It's just taking a little while. Rochelle says prosperity. This is you. This is your card. This is saying prosperity will be wherever you stick to your guns and make your decision. That's where it will be for that one. And Astara says you are the star. So again, Aquarius is your month this month. There's many things about yourself. You might be able to, I want to be called something different. So maybe you want to change your name. Maybe I want to only wear a certain type of clothing from now on. So everything you had before, thrown it out. Done. Okay, Pisces, we are looking at end of cycles. We're looking at karma. We are looking at things behind closed doors, secrets that come out. When it comes to your finances, you've got some sort of compensation or money returned to you, or you weren't aware that someone's put their name for it, or you've put your name for it and completely forgot about it, so it's something that you're remembering. But the Major Arcana card, every single sign has had a Major Arcana card, at least one. Some of them have had 3 in each, so watch your sun, moon, and rising. So this is a major resourceful fruition that's coming in your finances or your study. That is major, and it's bringing freedom, revolution. It's bringing an end to worry, and you're birthing a new way of resources. And even if this is school, you're birthing a new way to find freedom and revolutioning your life there. When it comes to your home, some of us might be looking at inheritance, divorce, alimony, money we have to pay for children. For some of you, it is about getting we no longer are together, so I have to get that person to sign something because I need their signature. So that's for a small select few of you. Maybe you're working at home on your own passive income and you're diligently working with that. Maybe you're working on your credit score. I mean, this could be done together, that I am dealing with all the important papers to be able to buy my own home. That's revolutionary as well. It's also about resting and taking time out to be in solitude. It's good for your health because we've got the Empress card here. So this is about being relaxed, being outside, spending money on that. We want the great health. We want to be, so she's got stars over her head as well. So emotionally and mentally we want to feel good. We want to feel good about our body. We want to have lots of money around us. We want to feel very, very strong. And so that's going to start with so we want to do meditation. We want to look at our spiritual self. We want to look at our psychological self. We want to understand what is deep within the unconscious. How do we motivate ourselves? How do we get in our own way? Remember, the 12th house is things that we do to harm ourselves by stepping in our own way, holding ourselves back. Those things as well. Having some power struggles with the people around you as well. So this, could be this one. Now, with our love, we do have something to celebrate. 10 of Pentacles. Work function. You will meet a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn there who is pretty major if you meet them at a work function or a networking function there as well. You might find that with this new attitude that you have, or this new freedom that you're trying to acquire, that you and your partner, maybe we've decided we're going to move in together and we're going to share our resources, because that's another way that can go as well. Family events, you might meet someone from your childhood or someone you haven't seen for like a decade. This is for single people, and find that you hit it off very well there. If not, then we're celebrating a milestone as a couple as well. During virtue messages from the angels, I'll go with those 4 cards. Experts in where we need them to be, getting people to put things down into a routine or a segment for us, being able to put this down into payments, being able to put this into, so if this is PTs and looking at our health, or a psychologist, so many appointments, getting the best, researching the best. But again, be careful not to be too tempted to go overboard. That reaching for the stars, you'll get what it is that you want. You might be starry-eyed in love, starry-eyed and, amazed at what miracle that you can pull off here. So stars in our eyes that way. Being strong and powerful, like I said, if there's any power struggles this month, you'll be fine, you'll get over it. Don't lose faith. If other people let you down, if other people say they're going to be there and they're not, you're getting stronger yourself because you're looking at what gets in your own way, and only you can help yourself do that. The money you spend on the people that will help you, the money that you spend on the experts that are there, it's better that you'll be. Grace and Antoinette says be kinder to yourself, be more understanding to the duos or the relationships, personal relationships around yourself as well, and that is going to help you with your own transformation, because the 12th house is the karma you make for yourself. It's your ego. It's things that get in my own way. For a small select few of you, it is police. There's also secrets coming out. It's the closest to the veil, so you might be feeling like with this major transformation, I'm feeling more connected to my spirit, my religion, my psychological. I'm feeling more in tune with myself, and I'm feeling a lot more better. Okay, that is your reading for February. I'll see you again for March. So from Jedi Side Jake, may the force be with you. Thank you.